welcome to another episode of Diary of a Wannabe Comedian with me, Belle, a wannabe comedian. I can't see today's podcast being that long because I'm exhausted. I don't know whether it's because there was so much build up to the gig on Sunday or whether it's because I had a massive overdose of testosterone at the beginning of the week. I think I mentioned to you that I was either seeing it or I'd seen it, I can't remember, on Monday. I watched Smashing Machine with Dwayne Johnson, and then on Tuesday I watched him, which is billed as a horror, I think, but it was just incredibly violent, lots of blood, lots of broken bones, much like The Smashing Machine. As a film, did I enjoy it? No, not really. I mean, it was shot well, and the lead actor, whose name escapes me, had his top off most of the film, which is always good, but I don't really know. I mean, I don't know. There's lots of messages you could get from that movie. Him, I'm talking about, not Smashing Machine. Like, don't take drugs, kids, especially in sport. Don't get mixed up with absolute lunatics. What other messages is in there? There's something about commercial takeover of sport, almost certainly, turning it into a franchise. I don't know. It was just a weird movie. Yesterday, I went to a variety conference. It was the first of its kind. And the irony of it is a lot of the discussion was about whether or not they should get rid of the word variety. I personally disagree with this, but I do understand the argument because I largely felt like that myself. Before I stood to be variety officer, I kind of thought, well, I'm not variety. I'm a stand-up comedian. And variety covers a huge amount of disciplines and a huge amount of artists, and a lot of those artists just don't see themselves as variety. So I sort of get the argument, but I don't know. I'm old enough to remember what's those shows that used to be on a Saturday night? Royal Variety Performance. There you go. Clues in the name. Those kind of shows. I mean, Morecambe and Wise, Cannon and Ball, all of those sort of things. I mean, they were all a bit variety based, weren't they? So I think it would be a shame if it lost it. I personally think it's about educating people that variety covers all these things. I think that's really what a union should be about. Well, not totally, but I mean, that's one of their strands. Should be educating people as to who they can help and why. But there you are. As part of the day after lunch, so that everyone stays awake, there was a bit of a walking tour, and he's a really nice guy. He's one of the counsellors, but he took us around, and it was kind of billed as telling us about people, famous people that were variety equity members in the past. And I have to say, some of that history was a little bit iffy for me. Some of it was definitely a bit iffy, and some of it was, loosely based in the truth, but the spin on it was painfully biased, like so far left, talking about so far right. And I just found that really uncomfortable. It's like, I just don't know any other walking tour where I've had that experience before. It's not necessary. When you're doing a walking tour, you're telling the facts and you let the person on the tour draw their own conclusions. That's how it should be. You entertain and let them draw their own conclusions. You don't sort of try and brainwash them. And I was quite shocked to have a bit of a tirade about UK reform in the middle of it. And it's just like, these guys are obsessed with UK reform. I don't know what it is, but it's just as I say, my politics is very much centrist, and I'm very, not very centrist, but I'm right on some things and I'm left on others. That is where I sit. Mostly, I like to think that I sit within logic. But you talk to these people with this far left mindset, and they are absolutely obsessed with UK reform and Nigel Farage. And I put it to you, that's because they can see what's coming down the road. I mean, I could see it over a year ago. In fact, I stand to make 200 quid when UK reform get in, because I had a bet with someone who was like, no way. And I'm like, you mark my words. And this was long before they were enjoying the popularity that they seem to be enjoying now. So I stand to gain 200 quid when they get in. So I'm a winner. I'm a winner no matter what happens. That's the way I look at it. And that's a good place to be in life, I think. So anyway, that's my week. I'm about to go to the cinema again. I'm off to go and see I Swear, which is a movie I've been really looking forward to. It's about a young guy who develops Tourette's. It's interesting actually because I came. Oh God, stop saying it's interesting. It's probably not interesting. It's interesting to me maybe, but I recently came across someone who purported to have Tourette's. Now I put it to you, dear podcast listeners. Tourette's does not simply mean effing and jeffing uncontrollably. There's a lot more to Tourette's. And also, I don't think you can pick and choose when you have it, whereas this particular individual seemed to pick and choose when they felt that they wanted to display their Tourette's. But there you go. Anyway, I will let you know on Monday, if I remember, I'll let you know Monday what this film's like. Much love and gratitude.